morning, fifth grade. It's an honor to be celebrating you today. First, we have Abigail Bame. Abigail, unfortunately, I only got to have you for a short time, coming to us in November from Africa. The first day I met you, I loved the way you spoke, admired your bravery, and was instantly inspired by your dedication to learn. You have taught us so much in a short time we have had together. Your writing about life in Africa brought me to tears and made your classmates pause in a confused state of disbelief and admiration of your bravery and life that led you to come to us. Keep working hard and believing in yourself. Kenley Burton. Dear sweet Kenley, who always has a smile on her face and whose heart is as big as they get. Kenley never gives up and keeps pushing herself to be her best. She is the most spirited in her room, always remembering our school spirit days and holidays. My favorite was when she dressed like me on teacher-student swap day. Kenley represented our room on student council this year and always has been a positive influence in our room. Her little sisters have a great role model in Kenley. Lexi Ferguson. Lexi. What I appreciate most about Lexi is not only her desire to work hard and do well, but her ability to put in the extra effort when she does not understand something. Lexi impressed me with her math skills as she not only completed the challenge problems on our chapter math assessments, but often got them all right. Lexi was usually the first to my room in the morning, always willing to help me or get others round up for a quick game of Uno before heading to the gym for our school-wide morning meeting. Lexi has been the student that I could lean on to help others who maybe needed some extra help, was willing to give me an extra hand when she completed all of her work, and was one of the first to volunteer to fill in for an absent student to make sure one of our many fifth grade responsibilities was covered. Dallas Fisk. Dallas. When I think of Dallas, the picture of her sitting at her desk reading a book comes to mind. Dallas has been a delight to get to know this year. She works hard, loves to write, and desires to do well in school. Dallas has helped me to keep others calm and on task in the classroom. Her love of animals such as tigers and snakes surprised me, as Dallas appears to be such a delicate young lady. She has the cutest, most contagious giggles that I will miss. I love watching her reach out and make new friends this school year. Moses Francisco Pascal. Moses. Everyone loves Moses. He is kind to everyone and very respectful young man. I have heard him referred to as Smiley. This seems appropriate, as he always seems to have a smile on his face and everything is always okay. Moses always does what is asked, and he works hard. He has a true desire to do what is right and to do well. I get a strong feeling this comes from his family values. I hope he keeps up his ability to speak both Spanish and English, as I know this will serve him well in the future. Moses represented our class on student council this fall and did a terrific job leading us. Tate Frew. Tate is the kindest young man. He is a great speller and has such a good heart. He is never shy about letting me know when he doesn't understand something or when he wants to do something. Although finding text evidence was never his favorite thing to do, and he would tell me, he did it and he did it well. Tate may have a future as being a game show host, as he always wanted to be in front of the class leading a game or keeping score when we had time to play one. I will miss him showing me some of his wrestling moves and his love of stuffed animals. Brock Garcia. Brock has a contagious smile. I was impressed with his willingness to reach out and be kind to others. Be one of the first to select new students in the room to complete partner work with, and his honesty throughout the year. I feel that I got to see Brock mature a lot this school year. I saw him doing what was asked, reaching out to others, and backing off or staying out of situations when it was the right thing to do. Although Brock has a competitive nature, I enjoyed seeing how he would soften up when he picked up his little sister at the end of the day. I will never forget his name for Kahoot, Brock the Rock. Carter Johnson. Carter is a student I could always count on to participate. Carter was never shy about sharing his thinking and leading the class in our discussions. He has so much energy, and I actually thought he might explode when it was close to the holidays. He was so excited. Carter's mom, Tessa, subbed in my room a couple of times, and I love that Carter was excited to have her come and teach for the day. That says a lot about family to me. I know there are many who would not want their parents in the room, but not Carter. He loved it. Carter always seemed appreciative of the little things, like when we had hot chocolate or a small snack just because. Carter works hard and represented our room on student council this spring. Kendall Luke. Kendall is a quiet young man who simply sticks to his morals and what is right and wrong. Kendall was a student I could place between the talkers in the room to serve as a reminder about what we were there to do. Kendall always appreciated the little things that were done for him. I loved how he would like to bring in things that he built to show me for the class, his honesty, and how sometimes he just wanted to share things that were going on in his life. Kendall is a gem. Daphne Morrison. Daphne can always see the needs of others and put their needs above her own in the classroom. Not only does Daphne give of herself selflessly, but lives this way. Daphne was the one to remind me after a Halloween party that we wasted a lot of toilet paper playing our mummy game, always thinking about the environment and how our actions affect something greater. Daphne was the one I could count on to help a friend who was having a difficult time. She often brightened my day with a note, apple, or drawing. Daphne was a true gift to our class. Delana Rainbow. Delana is definitely one of the funniest young people I have met. She has a gift to make others laugh. Delana is a very giving person, always thinking of others by brightening people's days with the gifts she made for them. I don't think I'll forget the day she had a student in tears from laughing so hard she fell out of her chair. I couldn't be upset because she was helping a student to fit in and gaining a true friend. I have seen Delana begin to really believe in herself and gain confidence in who she is throughout the year. Keep believing in yourself and working hard. Jaden Reeves. Jaden often bounced smiling into the room. Jaden has impressed me with her work ethic this school year and simply her overall sweetness. I'm not quite sure how Jaden managed to move from her seat to where her bestie was sitting several times throughout the day, but she always was respectful when I asked her to return to her seat when flashing that Jaden smile. Jaden is a responsible and bright young lady who works hard to do her best and to improve her skills. Lori Reynolds. From the first day I met her, she told me she wanted to be a teacher and how I wish I could still be around the teaching profession to be her mentor. Lori is going to be a fabulous teacher someday. Lori is smart, caring, and willing to work with everyone in the room. She made notes for me at recess, would select eating lunch with the teacher for rewards, and reached out for a hug at the end of every day. Lori works hard in the classroom and inspires others to be their best. Ashton Sales. I found Ashton and I often spoke the same language. He appears to be an old soul at heart. He knows right from wrong and understands the depth of rules and values that a lot are still trying to grasp. I could count on Ashton to help manage a small group and report back to me what went well and where we needed work. Ashton was part of my tech crew when I needed help figuring out technology and very calmly help others when we were learning a new way to produce projects using technology. Ashton also impressed me with his math skills and just his overall kindness. Kimberly Salgado. Kimberly is very sweet and a bit quiet, yet determined and knows what she wants. Kimberly was often the quiet observer in the room, taking in what was happening, following the rules, and steering away from those who weren't. Once in a while, I might notice an eye roll as possibly something a little more immature was happening in the room. I can tell she has younger siblings, and I would imagine Kimberly is very helpful at home, as she always was in the classroom. I watched Kimberly develop a great friendship in our classroom, and it was wonderful to see her find someone she could trust and open up with. Trenton Shark. Trenton is meticulous in almost everything he does. I learned very quickly that there was nothing I could do to speed Trenton up. Trenton was going to get things done when he got them done, and the end product was worth waiting for. Trenton's desk and materials were always very neat and in particular order. And I think I may have been scolded a time or two for not putting things back in the correct order. He got attached to certain pencils, hunting them down when he couldn't find them. I also learned that Trenton's not a morning person, so it was a good thing that two of his favorite subjects, math and science, were in the afternoon. I'm going to miss him quietly asking me for help, or if he could come sit at the back table where I might be working. I watched Trenton grow in confidence as he would sometimes share his thinking with the class in math, helping others to understand something that comes very easy for him. Shamika Scott. Shamika came to us from Georgia after winter break, and she instantly became part of our class. I loved how she would remind me that she needed to sit up front and was never shy about digging into the work that was new to her. Shamika blended into our class right away and quickly developed friendships. I loved seeing her smile and willingness to work with everyone and try new things. Claire Boat. Don't let this young lady's size fool you. She is strong-willed, determined, and responsible. There is no doubt that she has a great group of adults that she represents, that she respects in her life, that are helping her to find her path. When I would share my thoughts on why something was important for us to know, Claire would back me up with, "My grandpa says kids today need to know," whatever it was we were talking about, because, and she would follow up with the reason why. Or if I was having trouble taking pictures with my phone, Claire would add, "You are just like my grandma." I can tell that Claire and her mom have a good relationship and that Claire respects what her mom does for her. Claire is smart and always has a book with her, along with the latest Bath and Body hand sanitizer and lotion. There is no doubt this young lady has a bright future ahead at, I presume, Iowa State. Crew Wietrich. I knew it was going to be a good day when I could get this young man to smile. Crew has a love of nature and birds, often sharing interesting facts about a variety of wildlife. When Crew was really interested in a topic, he would work and work on it. An example of this is when students were asked to write one how-to paper. I think Crew wrote 7. Crew is also very kind-hearted, which is one of the qualities I really love about him. He is also great with technology and willing to offer help to others. Keep believing in yourself and finding your path. Elliot Zimmett. Elliot always knows what is happening in Tumlin around the world. He knew the weather, which sports team won, and what was happening across town, and had some connection to every visitor who came to our room. I could always count on Elliot to remind me when it was close to recess time. He was always ready to get out and play. I remember having a cough this spring and Elliot saying to me, "You have the coronavirus." I blew him off saying something like, "Oh, Elliot, they're over in Europe. It'll never get here." Well, here we are. I also remember telling Elliot that if he was ever gone for the day, I would really miss him. My room would not be the same. Elliot brought a lot of energy to our room, and there is an underlying sweetness and a really kind heart that I'm really glad I got to see this year. So, to all of our 5th graders, I was happy to be your teacher this year. And although our job is to inspire you, I think the opposite really happened. You inspired us. And so thank you for everything that you gave to our room and brought to the table this year. There's no doubt that we have the future class president, star athlete, valedictorian, and others that have a really bright future ahead. So my last words to you are thank you. Go get him at Evans.
Hello, 5th graders. It is so wonderful to be here today to celebrate with you. I would like to share some of my favorite things about each one of you.
Evelyn Bauer. Abby, you are a very compassionate friend to all in our classroom. I appreciate how you take care of others and always make sure that they feel comfortable. I enjoyed getting uplifting notes from you. I love your artistic creativity and enjoyed seeing your artwork in your sketchbook. You have strong ideas and you are a great leader. Thank you for sharing your ideas with our classroom all year. Lily Garrison. Lily, you are so kind-hearted to everyone around you. We could always count on you to say something positive or to make others smile. You always had a great assortment of hand sanitizers and lotions to brighten your desk. Working hard is something that you do well. even going above and beyond to make something just right. I enjoyed all of the research and quizzes that you presented to the class throughout the year. It was fun to see what topic you would come up with next. We all learned a lot from the work that you did. Mason Gravitt. Mason, I could always count on you to come into the room buzzing in the morning with a smile. Everyone appreciated your humor throughout the day, but also that you knew how to get to work when it was time. You are very responsible about making sure that your work is done, and done correctly. I loved watching your passion for learning about and playing sports. You taught me a lot about many sports. You definitely knew how to hustle out to recess and make the most of your time. London Cottrell. London, you are always thinking about others and putting their needs ahead of yours. You are a great friend to all fifth graders and make everyone feel included. Thank you for always being willing to help me out, whether it was running something to the office or bringing back in the lunch basket when it was forgotten. I love the sweet notes that you wrote for me and for others in the class. You are a very compassionate young lady. Owen Jensen. Owen, I love that you are able to bring humor and find positivity in everything that you do. You gave us many smiles and laughs throughout the year. You are a good friend and your peers can count on you. I appreciate that you are creative in finding ways to be able to fit everything into your day to ensure that you also have time for fun learning. Kate Kraus. Kate, I love that you are always finding ways to help out others. I could always count on you to have a big smile on your face and to be saying something positive. You are a hard worker and always work until you complete something. I enjoyed watching you research new topics and share your learning with our class. It was also fun to hear about all of your gymnastics adventures. Kendra Kraus. Kendra, you are a great researcher of many topics and have a strength in sharing your knowledge and excitement with others. I loved your research presentations and quizzes throughout the year. Your communication is strong and you are always willing to add to our discussions. I also appreciate your dedication to kickball and enjoy watching you play at recess. Bradley McWilliams. Bradley, you have a lot of spunk and always brought fun to our classroom. Whether it was humming a song, showing off a new discovery, or saying something funny, you always knew how to bring a smile to others in our room. You worked hard in all areas at school and were never afraid to ask for help. I could count on you to share your thinking or to show others how to do something. I enjoyed hearing you share about your gymnastics. Jaden Marshall. Jaden, I love that you always have a story to tell or a new subject to share information about. I learned a lot about cruises after you came back. You are passionate about what you do and work hard to complete goals for things that you love. I also learned a lot about archery from you and appreciated watching you grow. Thank you for always keeping me on my toes and catching when I made mistakes. I always thought you were like a human calculator. Gavin Monahan. Gavin, thank you for being so passionate about sports and history and sharing your knowledge with our classroom. We all learned a lot from you. You are very well spoken and are always willing to add to our discussions. Everyone could always count on you to be on the field or court right away at recess. Your leadership skills will continue to be useful as you continue to grow in life. Gracie Knoll. Gracie, you are always smiling and finding ways to brighten our room. I enjoyed watching your love of sports and how you get right in and play with the boys at recess. Your competitiveness has helped you to grow a lot this year. You work hard and are never afraid to ask for help. You work well with others, are a strong leader in groups, and know how to have fun while getting things done. Garrett Pumphrey. Garrett, you are very compassionate and others can always count on you to help them out. You are a very hard worker and always put in a lot of effort to make sure your work was done the right way. It was fun to see you get into a particular subject and stick with it until you were an expert. Thank you for sharing your love of sports with others in our room. I enjoyed hearing your wrestling updates and seeing you on the soccer field. You are always ready to hustle out to recess and play the whole time. Shayna Rainbolt. Shayna, You always entered the room with a smile on your face, excited to be here. I appreciate how willing you are to make others smile by making a funny face or giving a friend a hug. You are a great communicator, and we can always count on you to know the latest news from both 5th grade classrooms. Thank you for always keeping us on our toes and for brightening our classroom each day. Ethan Reynolds. Ethan, you have a very strong work ethic and never give up. You are always willing to work hard on any project you are given. Our class could always count on you to make us giggle at the most unexpected times. On dress-up days, you always had creative ideas. I loved your dress like a teacher outfit. You are a great friend to all in our class, and others can count on you for help. Isabella Sherwood. Bella, you are very compassionate and kind to everyone you see and are always making sure that everyone is doing well. Helping others is a strength for you, and we all appreciate that. You always add to our discussions and find unique ways to teach us about new topics. I can always count on you to be responsible with your schoolwork and your many extracurricular activities. Gage Spurgeon. Gage, you are a hardworking student who is always committed to completing work and making sure it is done well. Your responsibility and work ethic will take you far in life. You always know how to add humor to any situation, make people smile, and entertain everyone. Our class was thankful for that this year. I loved hearing about your wrestling and watching you mature throughout the year. Nevaeh Sweeney. Nevaeh, I love that you always have a story to tell. It brightens everyone's day. You are a very talented and creative artist. It was very thoughtful of you to bring pictures to hang in our classroom. You are always willing to help others, such as volunteering to carry the lunch basket each day. You can tell and appreciate a good joke. Thank you for making our days more bright. Dawson Weller. Dawson, you are often quiet in the classroom, but I could always count on you to participate and share your thinking. I learned that you had a louder voice by watching you lead on the field and court at recess. I loved watching you make a basket from quite a distance. You are a great team player outside and in the classroom. Your compassion for others does not go unnoticed, including the time that you brought your own money to donate to the food drive. You brought some fun competition and showed kindness in our classroom. Ethan Woods. Ethan, you are very knowledgeable about sports and brought some healthy competition into our classroom. Your competitiveness drives you to work hard to succeed in many ways, like sports, vocabulary games, assessments, Kahoots, and STEM challenges. You are a great teammate, work well in groups, and are a natural leader. Thanks for leading us in the right direction.
Fifth graders, it has really been an honor to be with you this year, before you transition to middle school, even though our time was cut short. It has been such a gift to watch you all mature and grow while remembering to be responsible, respectful, and compassionate. You are all teachers and have taught me so much. I will miss seeing each of you every day. One of my favorite quotes from Dr. Seuss is, "A person's a person, no matter how small." As a class, you all took this quote to heart by welcoming anyone who came into our classroom, being great and supportive friends to each other, and standing up for what you believe in. Another quote I love from The Secret Garden is, "If you look the right way, you can see that the whole world is a garden." As a class, you always found a way to look at the positives and to make your dreams come true, no matter how hard you had to work to get it. I am going to leave you with my favorite quote from Winnie the Pooh. "You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and loved more than you know." I can't wait to hear about all of your accomplishments at Evans. Go Bulldogs!